My name is Gemma Rushton and I study at the University of Tasmania doing my Bachelor in Natural Environment and Wilderness Studies. Well, I finished high school in 2008 and sort of had no idea what I wanted to do, when I grew up. Through working as an outdoor guide, I travelled around Australia. The more I worked in it, the more I just realised I loved the environment and the outdoors, and that led to the next step of wanting to know more about it and do more for it. After a 10-year gap year, I decided to go to university and apply as a mature age student. I was just doing some online research and looking at different degrees that are offered, and there's so many out there, but I chose areas to look that I could see myself living in, and for me that was near natural environment, and yeah, Tasmania was one of those places. The more I looked at it and the more I looked at the units of each part of the degree, the more I was sort of drawn to it. And then the reality of, okay, I'm going to Tasmania, that's probably my first choice. Yeah, happened, and since being here, it's a really great place. Like, yes, it's a city, but it doesn't feel like a city. It feels like a big country town. So I study the Bachelor of Natural Environment and Wilderness Studies. My major is in geography and my minor is in animal ecology. I suppose when people think about geography, they think about maps and locations and the things you learn about in school. Really a huge industry. It's sort of from urban planning, there's a lot of the spatial science, there's just this whole field. And for me personally, I'm interested in the conservation side of things, which goes really nicely with animal ecology. I was able to sort of pick the units based on what I'm interested in, and I've just come to the end of my second year and I've realised that I've kind of tailored my own pathway without even realising. Through my units I've been able to learn how to write grant proposals and do an environmental management plan and a scientific research article, and just be able to read and understand different policies and government papers, which is all really useful things and definitely necessary for the future ambitions that I have. Well, I'm working with the Hobart City Council. It's Bushland Activity Leader. And the idea is to connect people in the community back with Hobart's reserves and bushlands. And it's sort of focused a lot at the younger generation. It's taking them out on activities through the bush, like bush stories or adventure racing or some hiking, and then sort of educating them about how they can utilise the space to get people more out and about and active. The small things about learning, the shape of a wombat poo can be really impressive to them and excited about it, and just how engaged they can be with those little things. I think Tasmania is really special in the outdoor areas that we do have. It's amazing that we live in a capital city so close to the bushland, and we can utilise that and be in the middle of trees and can see no houses within a 10-minute drive. And being a part of that and exploring that and showing people that is just really special.